I want to welcome Daniela Mack, who plays Lorca in the opera Ainadamar. Welcome, Daniela.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
So how do you prepare for your role? And you're playing a man, is that what I understand?
I am. This is a trouser role, is what we call it in opera, or a pants role. And I'm a mezzo-soprano, so the range that I have is lower than a soprano, and I actually play quite a number of men on stage. So it's something that's not entirely out of my wheelhouse. For this, Lorca was such an iconic, famous, world-famous author, poet, playwright. So there is a little bit of studying the physicality from photographs and trying to channel what I think he may have been like. But since this is not in any way a biography, there's a little bit more freedom in ambiguity, since I am, I'm not fooling anybody. I'm actually a woman.
Yes, yes. And as an artist, how do you approach your role?
Well, for Lorca, thankfully, there's just a wealth of information about him, and he wrote so much. So in this particular instance, I had read in school, when I was in high school, a couple of his plays. So I had sort of a basis for some of what he wrote. And in preparation for this, I dived into some of his poetry, which I had not picked up. And just reading more about his life and seeing what he was about, and realizing that the central message in this piece, even if it's not exactly only about his life, the connection that he spoke about and wrote about is definitely present in the piece.
How does this particular opera, how does it relate to today? And why is this story important to share?
The idea that everybody is deserving of love and that it knows no bounds. It doesn't know, or it's not beholden to life. It doesn't know the boundary between life and death. Love continues and connection continues. I think that's an important message, regardless of time period or what's going on in the world. Specifically, anything dealing with the life of Lorca, which this definitely touches on, is important because he was, by his own admission, a champion for people who didn't have a voice. He wanted to use his pen to be the voice of people that didn't have a voice. And he also, as a gay man, he was very much persecuted for his lifestyle and for his sexuality, which is sadly not something that is foreign to us or changed very much at all. And I think that is, of course, timely and important, and art exists for art's sake, but also to create awareness. And I think this piece absolutely does that.
What songs in particular energize you, drive you, inspire you in the piece?
That's a really good question. It's really hard to choose. It's not a very long piece, but I think every single moment is just this very energetic and clear picture painted in each moment. There's a huge dance element inherent in the music, but also in this production. And it's very heavily influenced by flamenco. And so the energy that those scenes in particular create are just, I can't sit without a smile on my face watching it and listening to it. And it's full of toe tapping music. It's the kind of piece where you're gonna walk out of the theater humming a tune, because it's very melodic and it's very easily accessible in that way.
Well, thank you, Daniela Mack.
Thank you very much.
Who plays the role of Lorca. We can't wait to see.
Thank you.
Margarita, tú eres toda si eres una, la más trágica y heroica. Fuiste Electra, Salomé, fuiste Antígona furiosa y Lady Macbeth, pero no Ofelia sino Hamlet. Pero ahora seré tuya, porque haré Mariana Verón. Vuelve a bonita. Esta obra no es política. ¿Y entonces por qué la has escrito? Porque estoy enamorado de Mariana desde que cumplí